you, sir?
I hope so. I'm camera shy.
What's going on? Mic check, mic check.
It's good. It's all right. Can't change it now.
But I'm also not going to change my character and who I am to make you happy.
I don't care what the fuck they say. I mean, I'm just telling the truth, bro.
Everything good?
Yep.
We can get on to the fun stuff, the big planning, you know. And I'm excited about that.
That's never happened. I grew up in Venice. I've never seen anything like that before.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Dogtown Devils. You want me to go roll out right now with them?
It's suicide! Cruising to the gig in my Lincoln Continental. The cycles in the hood that say the suicide is mental. Now it's time to slam some more. Boardwalk against the city wars. From LA streets to New York nights, suicide is how we fight. Suicide! There's no questions why. Let's fucking bring it! Slam! Fight! Rise! Slam! Fight! Rise! Slam! Fight! Rise! Slam! Fight! Rise! It's suicide! 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 Swing your elbows, got something down. Tie your rags to imply you're right now. Hit them slip, what the fuck high? Against the grain, there's no way to hide. The suicide!
The evolution behind it, well, I do miss the old days. The old days when we started the club, we were a bunch of guys working on our cars all the time, every weekend, getting ready for the car shows. But as you get older, it gets a little harder to do. We used to go bar hopping all the time, Friday, Saturday nights. And then there's a reason behind the name Devils, because we were a bunch of maniacs back in those days. The way the club has evolved now, it's of course a little bit more family orientated. I never had bad guys in the club. I always had good people. Fortunately, you know, some grow out of it. They get families and they just don't have the time for the club. So they leave, they come. But we have a good set of friends right now, a good set of brotherhood, sisterhood in our club today. And it's been up and downs, but more ups than downs.
And they give their fucking nukes away if they kept their nukes. They wouldn't be doing that.
I will report you to the authorities, sir.
Ask the dogs permission first. I want you. I'm the one who wants you.
dogs.
I know dogs like dogs.
But the bullshit is, Ukraine only has natural gas.
Yeah.
Not crude.
Right.
So the fact that they're trying to fucking raise up on crude,
Of course, yeah.
that's just some shady ass. California's already got the most expensive gas.
I get 3 miles to the
Yeah.
gallon, bro. I gotta drive from gas station to gas station in that thing, bro.
Yeah, put like 45 bucks in. You know, I put 45 bucks in right now. I got a half a tank. Get a ticket. Yeah, the people one is fucking funny. Dude, that shit's hilarious. I know. He hates it though. He hates it. I'm sure. You have any your support stickers? I got some. I need at least one.
Ship me with the shirts,
Yeah,
and then we need to see what the shirts are.
Well, I have one with my dice, but I have just a couple with my dice.
You
And
don't want
then
the shirts.
Tito gave the shirts to BC, I think.
He just left.
Joined the club early 2020. Few of us rode together beforehand, and then we formed a club and brought in all my boys with cars.
Club was born in '98 as the Venice Devils. They got back together many years later and had a handful of guys from the Venice area. Those guys actually kicked it with, their brothers from Santa Monica, which I'm born and raised in Santa Monica. Guys in Santa Monica can't really run the Venice placard, so we decided to have a little meeting, and instead of chartering the Santa Monica chapter, we came up with the Dogtown Devils. So since then, it's been about almost 2 years as the Dogtown Devils.
Yes. Well, I didn't want to really join a club afterwards, because I was in the Devils, and then I was in a previous, I was in a club previous to that, and I was like, huh. And then I just knew all the guys pretty much in the Devils, or that wanted to be a Devil, and we just been hanging out, and kind of got not prospected, but plaqued in.
We basically wanted to start off fresh and change the name as far as the city goes. Some of us aren't from Venice, didn't grow up in Venice. I'm strictly Santa Monica, and I got love for Venice too, but I had to definitely join something that was a little bit different and redirect. We were hoping to redirect the club when we started it with a new city, as far as Dogtown is kind of like both Venice and Santa Monica.
Tattooing for about 9 years now. Started when I was 21, 30 now. Yeah. And grew up out here in Venice, went to Venice High School. Yeah, grew up surfing the Venice Pier. I like maybe combining them, like doing a lot of like car drawings and tattoos and, beach scenes. And that's like most of where my style, I think I try to go towards is like beach theme, more like cars, girls, motorcycles, all the shit I like. Anything fun and cool, all the West Side stuff. It's both, it's both. Like I grew up out here, and so it's both from the beach, like people I know from the beach, and then people I'm meeting from the car scene, and it's all mixed up. So it's pretty awesome. Like I'm blessed to be where I'm at, good friends and family.
I want to bring this up to a friend of ours who's here. Tasha, come over here.
Oh, come on, Natasha.
We got our official plaque. This is supposed to be the color of the couple. Got you bottles to rock. And we got you.
I'll take a swear for that.
We got you a cake. Cake here. Yeah. I just want to say that since I kind of sponsor you, that's what they said. I want to say that you've earned this 10 times fold, man. Taking all the pictures of all of us.
Yep.
And we're happy to have you in this club, and very proud of you. So there you go.
All right.
It's close. You know, it'll look better than the other one.
Speech. I'm just happy to be a part of the family. I've known a lot of you guys for 30 plus years, and I always kind of felt like I was part of the club for a while. And when I purchased this ride, I didn't have intentions to like all of a sudden be a part of it, but now I'm honored. And you guys are all family. And yeah, I'm touched. Thank you very much.
Good job.
Thank you.
Welcome to the club.
That's very cool.
You can also use that as a weapon.
I did my prospecting basically hanging out with the club and taking pictures of them. I shot them for about a year and a half. Then got the truck May 3rd and was kind of told that I was just going to go in because I'd pretty much put my work in for the club already.
The next order up in.
Yeah, what else we got to talk about?
We're gonna pack a couple people in today.
Well, I think we got to vote for.
You know, I've known Danny for fucking a long time. He's running street, all this shit. I met Danny, how many years into this?
Almost 4.
4 years. You know, man, he's a solid dude. He knows about cars, man, and you know, he was kind of hesitant about joining the club. And you know, he sees the quality that's in this club. And we told him from day one, if he ever gets a car, Prez told him he's the fucking in. So here's the time, homie. Congratulations. Here's your gift.
Thank you.
And then we got some shirts for you, brother.
Thank you. Hey, I got some white ones too.
No, these are for him. Oh, you got the white one. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, man.
2X.
Yeah.
What you got to say for yourself,
Just
man?
go ahead.
What you got to say for yourself?
Hey, I'm just here to try to fucking do whatever, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to have fun and enjoy more of a unity instead of just a whole bunch of drama. You know what I mean? I'd rather us go together and just chill and fucking enjoy each other's car, help each other out with all of our cars, you know, and just go from there and just build the club up from there.
What we got over here? One.
Bastion.
Bastion?
That's it. Welcome to the family.
Good looking.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that shit. Woo. Been looking at this motherfucker for a while.
Yeah, buddy.
That shit looks even doper in person, like up close
Yeah,
like this.
it's real.
It
is real.
So, oh hell yeah. Thank you. Nah, never.
You can print your own, bro.
I wouldn't disrespect it. I want to earn it. Hell yeah. I'd rather earn it, you know what I mean? Nah, this shit is hard.
Where's the plaque? Turn this one so it's got the plaque.
Give me a plaque, I gotta give it to you.
Yeah, where's Jimmy at? Dude, he's doing this whole fucking thing. Get your ass over here, old man.
Come here, Jimmy.
Let's come here real quick. Leave it right there.
We're gonna set up the PA.
Yeah, we're getting yours done.
All right, we got here Jimmy James, which everybody knows and everybody loves. I sponsored him to get in this club right here, and I'm backing him up. He's a fucking good guy. Makes me laugh every day. And here's his fucking plaque right here. DJ Jimmy James. Backwards. Hell yeah. Straight out.
There she is.
Let's go,
Yeah.
Devils.
Why'd you hand it to me like that?
My bad, you gotta read it. Congratulations.
That's fucking good, bro.
Very cool.
Here we go, here we go. Yeah.
I just
We
want to
got
say,
a
I just want
celebrity
to
in the
say,
house.
listen, I just want to say thank you for your, I just want to say thank you for your patience. You know, my family comes first, friends, and then you, whatever, whoever. But I just want to say thank you for being patient.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, you guys, get up here.
Get a photo. Get out of there, Rick.
Get out of there, Rick.
All right, y'all. Go. Right over here. Mark, roll forward. Oh, shit. Going forward. That's all right. It'll stop. Once it hits something. I told you want to park this guy.
How did it feel to get plaqued in?
Oh, that shit was awesome. It felt good, you know. Been hanging out with the guys for a long time, and to finally just get that plaque in my hands, it was pretty exciting. It actually was a surprise at how awesome it felt. It was like this ambiguous thing, because I've been hanging out with the guys since like December of last year, right? And I kind of, you know, known Chris for years, and I would just pull up and hang out like at the, you know, over at the lot for sunsets. And whenever I knew that they were going to go to spots, I would roll with them. And then all of a sudden somebody was just asking me, people just already assumed I was in the club. And just because I was hanging out so much. So it was a little bit of that. Like, I feel like I put in some time as far as like rolling out with the guys, but I don't know if it was like always an official prospect. So I'm kind of in this weird ambiguous zone.
But now you're plaqued in. So
Now I'm plaqued in, so it don't even matter. I got it. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess I'm a little bit biased on that one because, you know, Chris, you know, he's the one that vouched for me. I've known him for years. And so he was able to kind of like just, you know, sponsor me, let people know about it. But I also been around so long that like half the guys knew me. And so, you know, I kind of like that idea where, you know, if you're pres, vice pres, or maybe even council, and you could vouch for somebody, cool. If we don't know you at all, it'd be great to like spend, you know, a year sounds like a long time, but hanging out for a year, you get to kind of go through different experiences, kind of get an idea of what the hang is like. So it's like, if I just, you know, if we don't know you and you're just coming up, I think it'd be good to kind of just get to know everybody for a year, you know, before coming on and, you know, getting plaqued up.
How did it feel to get plaqued in?
Well, you know, it was on my radar because Tristan had talked to me about it before, and or maybe I think it was Jose, someone, and I never really pushed it because, you know, I wasn't like, it's not like I was trying to get in. And then the day came when I think Natasha and I were gonna, because Chris had told me, you know, hey, be at church, and but then some stuff came up with my kids and stuff, and so that was in the beginning of summer. So I pushed it off. I said, hey, look, I know the timing may not be right for this, but I gotta just put me on hold for a while because my son's coming home and we got to deal with some stuff, and I need to focus on that. And also, I had just started a new show, so. That was good because then a couple of months later, that's when I was, you know, my son went back to school, and I told Chris, I said, I'm ready, and luckily enough, you know, I was still invited.
Did you prospect?
You know, I'm not quite sure how they handle their prospect situation. I'm not even sure if I'm still a prospect or not, or if I ever was. I know.
You got a plaque, so you're a member now. So.
Yeah, and I think.
You don't know if you, like, your process was a prospecting process.
Right, because, you know, some of these guys are pretty savvy and smart. Like Chris, I have a feeling he's pretty, you know, he's kind of like one of those guys. He does a lot more looking than talking.
So I think, he probably, watched me for a while or, because you never know what's going to be a right fit. Does that make sense? And I'm not from the Venice or Santa Monica area. I moved out here in '85 from San Diego. Well, first Virginia, San Diego, and then up here in '85. So
We take a lot of pride in where we're from. Both cities, Santa Monica and Venice, have a reputation. So we're kind of representing where we're from. We're using the Dogtown name, Dogtown Devils. So the people that are coming into this club, they better be from that area. So in that terms, with the prospecting, I would say if we didn't know them, there's a lot of guys that we do know that are already, they're in. We already know this dude. He's got a dope ass car. He rolls out with everybody. Everyone knows him. He's in the club, no problem. But if you don't know somebody and they're coming, hey, I want to be in with the Dogtown Devils, then we got to check you out to make sure you're not going to be a lame and cause some problems for us or whatever. Or they ain't someone you want to hang out with all the time.
Do you think it's needed or?
It's maybe for a couple weeks maybe, but to have these guys do menial stuff and fetch water for them or for the stuff, it's like, come on, nah, we're grown men now. I think if you're cool and you have a reputation that you're a nice guy or a girl and have a cool car and that's about it, and show up, and I think that's good enough for me.
Like I said, car clubs go back centuries. You know what I'm saying? And we're not fucking reinventing the wheel. You know what I mean? This is a club. This is a brotherhood. It needs to have structure. Well, in the bylaws of the Dogtown Devils, it does say that somebody can walk in if it's a majority vote of the council before it even goes to the club. We don't need the club to let somebody walk in. You see what I'm saying? So when it's situations like that, but if it's somebody that we just don't know, like let's say someone's gonna see this documentary and go, man, I want to join those dudes look cool or whatever the have not. We don't know you. You're prospecting.
Jump it up. That's a great grandpa.
Great grandpa?
Well, he's a grandpa. But, yeah, both of his daughters both got 2 kids.
Christina goes.
Jerry, Christina's. No, she's a grandma.
I like it, Natasha. You
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Parade going down Lincoln, Cinco de Mayo, and we're supporting the neighborhood. It is Cinco de Mayo, and it's going to be a celebration. It'll be real interesting to see how we cut off Lincoln Boulevard, though, because there's thousands and thousands of cars that use that street to go up and down, and it's a Saturday, so it's going to be fun. I can't wait. But we got a lot of car clubs here, everybody from the neighborhood, so get down here. Where you at?
He had a garage for 7 years because he did this. Look what he did. Garage did because he sideswiped a pole and he took the mold off and he clipped the back. So he said, I'm done driving it. Yeah. He says, I'm going to put it away. And he put it away for 7 years. 7 years, and he put it on. Yeah, man. Oh no, you put some Daytons on that motherfucker, drop it down, baby. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put him a big pimp hat. I'm gonna tell him, son.
Hey, dude, shit like this is gonna come back. Watch.
Oh no. Right now, I've had people. I bought this for $5,000, and I've had people offer me $15 already for it. So I'm gonna keep it, man. 20. I did the research on it. On the VIN number, 25,000 of these were only made in 1976. That was it. Last year they made it.
And watch. Give it a few more years, it'll be worth even more, bro.
It has a chrome package on it. It's got the big 440 Magnum motor in it. Oh yeah, it's got a horse of a motor.
not in behind my group.
Oh, we do?
Yes,
Okay,
but
okay.
whatever you say.
Okay, then that's fine.
Okay, so is this car going first or no? So they're going first?
So, if you both come in the front.
Okay, come in the front, bonitas. Come, follow me.
Dogtown Devils, baby, this is what we do. Single and mile parade, throwing it up. West side, Venice. That's right. Devils Dogtown, baby. Locals only. Peace.
All right, so we're down here at Dockweiler and got a mixture of clubs down here. It's a good spot for all the cars to meet. And today we're, celebrating after a little parade in Venice. And we got the Venetians down here cooking for us over there. Danny does a fabulous job. He's got all the steak and everything. And then our club contributed. Chris made some killer pork. And it's just like a big festival of about 4 car clubs. We got us, the Devils. We got Browntowns here, and the Venetians, and Venice Originals, and just a good spot for us all to gather and look at everybody's car and get ideas on what we're doing. and just spend time and get to know each other. No drama, no violence, no nothing. We got some Mexican dancers over there celebrating Mexican heritage here. This was all Mexican land back in the day. So we're at a sacred spot having a good time. Come on down and join us. Right?
Not quiet, okay.
Hey, Diana.
I can't keep
Hey, where'd Chris go?
Working on my 50 bucks.
It's all good.
Next thing, the council got together. We decided that we're gonna elect Jason as the new sergeant at arms. So he's gonna be on the council now too.
Tough
So
guy.
we're expanding our council, so now we got 5 of us in it. He's gonna be responsible for keeping order at church, making sure that the bylaws are being adhered to, and generally circumventing any bullshit that happens inside or outside of the club.
That's half the club on council, huh?
That's it. That said, if
only 10 of us.
If Jason, well, there's 21 of us. But if Jason needs to get involved with anything inside or outside of the club,
Where they at?
it's going to go through the council first. So if Jason's saying something, it's coming from everybody. It's not just him, going rogue and deciding some shit.
And I'm not here to be like, you did this, you do that. I'm biased to everybody. I'm not going to use it as some kind of power trip. Just to keep a little bit of order, dude. That's, you know what I'm saying? Where's Gianni parking? You want to come in here? I think someone's parked right there.
No, he's going over here.
All right, so some announcements. We got Culver City Car Show on May 7th. Red's birthday is May 8th. Happy birthday.
May 9th. May 9th.
Genocide is May 14th. They're holding inside spots for us, as far as I know.
Can I ask you guys a question? I mean, I've never been there before, so I got to take off early that day, so I can just park on the outside, right?
No, they'll let you park and then walk you.
Maybe Natasha, can you go to Bartell's on Thursday with your truck, 6 to 8?
There's 4.
There you go.
I'll confirm with them. If anything changes, just text me. Like, I just gotta get 4 cars.
I think
Good?
Steve's got to bounce, dude.
Yeah, are we good?
We good? Meeting adjourned.
That's it.
Go eat, man.
My break it, dude.
That's custom Amazon right there.
Hey, it looks bigger in the picture. I swear to God.
I'm like, damn, this thing's going $12.
My hat?
It's a fucking paperweight.
You got China
Car over here.
Right now,
I'm all, is this a pipe too?
We're gonna do Bartels, right?
They want this shit. It's something to slam down, right?
If I could get my car.
So I grew up around here, Venice, Santa Monica. My dad actually was on Market Street growing up, so, got used to the neighborhood, did graffiti, the old pavilion, just running around to the west side. And then at a certain point, I kind of realized, the graffiti, it was before the Banksy movie, it was before, street art and all that kind of crap was cool. And the graffiti had no lifespan. I'd be stoked if I could get a tag on Windward to last for more than, a week. And that was even, felt like a lifetime back then. So I started trying to think what could be more, I guess, appreciated or what I cared about that I could paint. And the first thing I kind of jumped into was the rockabilly culture. my dad was like tight with like the whole Buddy Holly scene and all that stuff. So I kind of, I'm sure seeing that growing up like was some inspiration. So I started doing like pinup girls, classic cars, you know, stuff that was kind of timeless looking. Luckily, it was before, you know, everything got canceled, because looking back, it was a bunch of like white dudes and white chicks in front of lowriders. But, you know, I think that kind of set the basis for what I was doing. And then luckily Floyd's Barbershops and opened up right around then in LA. So I ran to their owner at JP's old bar in Santa Monica, and he asked me to paint their shop on Santa Monica Boulevard. And I was like, absolutely, just think I'd do it for exposure. And then while I was painting, he was talking, Bill, the owner, was talking to his brother about they're going to open up like, I think 8 more shops that year. And he's like, dude, how much do you want to get paid for this anyways? I was like, dude, just give me a package deal. Like, I'll paint them all. That way I can kind of get better, and you guys can have a common theme through all of them. And I ended up painting the one in Mar Vista on Venice and Grandview in like 08 or 09. And that was like one of the first like exterior ones I was actually proud of. And shortly thereafter, Bowmore bought the old AMF bowling alley across the street and had me paint that too. So it was nice to have a little corner. And from there, it kind of just took off. I kept expanding, trying to find themes that fit the neighborhood. But end of the day, I always came back to Venice. You know, my studio's here, like I'm from here. And it's like the history I know the best. So I started trying to tie in like local stuff to all my paintings. Did the big touch of Venice one on Windward a couple years after that. And that was like still before Instagram, before anything. I think it was on like my MySpace or something for all I know. And it was just like really cool to have that connection with the history of the area. And, you know, it's crazy all these years later, I have the same sort of thing tie into the car club, which is, you know, Dogtown, where I'm from, my first tattoo, and actually have the Dogtown cross on the old Touch of Venice wall. So it all kind of ties together nicely. I think the closest parallel to like my artwork and my, and I guess membership, or lack of a better word, in the club, is that I try and make sure my artwork stands out. I want people to pull up to a wall that I painted and know that it's me. I think that's kind of what led to me getting Edsel's instead of a more common car, because I want my work to stand out. Like, that's why I did the big black and gray one on Windward, because I wanted it to be like different than all like the colorful cheesy shit that was in Venice in those days, like the 80s looking, like very dated stuff. And I want the same thing. I feel like there's so many Cadillacs and so many Chevys and so many, like, you know, you see a lot of the same cars at every show, at every cruise, that I wanted to be the only Edsel there. And just, you know, I think that helped kind of stand out. And also, ironically, I painted some of the Edsels on some of my old murals, and I was attracted to like the weird brands, the Edsels, the Packards, and eventually I really do want to get the 56 Chrysler that's in Touch of Evil, and feel that'd be an appropriate car to have considering the history here. My takeaway from being in the club really is its consistency. So much of my life is like a mercenary. Like, I paint in this part of town or on this wall for a day, a couple days, a week, a month, and then I never see those folks again. The club gives me a place to like come back to guys I grew up with, guys that are from my same neighborhood, guys that have, you know, a lot of common things with, and it just really, like, you know, it's nice to be able to literally come home to them. And I mean, that's huge. And then just growing up here, like with the name Dogtown, the club, it's really the only one that really fit what it's like the only club I should be from. Like, there's a million amazing clubs in LA, where we Pegasus on the east side, or, you know, Venetians or this or that, but like Cadillac Kings, you know, there's clubs left and right, but from where I'm from and where I came from and where I still am, you know, Dogtown's really the only one that makes sense for me.
I mean, enough. We could always do more. The community always needs help. We're working with something, with a larger brand that's going to help us do even more. And so I don't know yet, but that's like a part of what we're trying to accomplish. We're not raining money. We're a nonprofit. You know, we have to have some money, but we want to donate as much as we can for what's good. And right now, I think part of what I'm going to start looking into is also what things we can do.
I think that we already do a lot of community events. We do, you know, we did several toy drives around the holidays last year. We do, I mean, as you saw, we did every fucking parade we could get ourselves into. And now that we have a working relationship with Rex and Parks, we're going to be working with them a little bit closer in the future to be doing more events with them, and you know, a lot of stuff for the kids and things for the community at large. More charity events, those kinds of things for sure.
I think we're getting there, but I think there's also room for people to do more on their own. It doesn't have to be a club thing. You know, people know I roll around with the Dogtown Devils, you know, and if I can do something cool or kind for somebody outside of a car show or a meet, then I'd do it anyway, you know? So as a unit, as a club, yeah, I think in the future, definitely, we can do some more stuff for the community.
Yeah, that was something special.
Chris, that's why we're here.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, being part of the parade, and that was something exciting. I've seen the parade, I don't know how many times, because I work right on the street right there, and have my car part of something this year. I think the music and the vibe, and you know, we have neighbors there, so I was a little bit worried about the loud DJ music, but it was during the day, and in fact, one older gentleman came by in the back, and I saw him walking up. I said, I'm sorry, is the music too loud for you? He goes, oh no, I love it. I'm happy people are celebrating the 4th of July for once. He says, I loved it. It was great. So, but the food was good and the people were good. There was no drama. It was fun. It was fun having the cars there. It's actually, I mean, we're thinking about doing it again and inviting some more people over to have a fun event.
Yeah, man, we're out here doing it on Main Street. There was a Main Street parade, 4th of July. We started up at the beach parking lot where we normally hang out on Fridays for sunset. It was pretty cool. We had our staging area, got in our cars and started cruising down. Thousands of people out here on Main Street. Yeah, man, I'm real thankful that we were a part of it. This is our city. We care a lot about it. Yeah, gentrification sucks, but we're still out here representing old school status. As you see, we have all our fucking beautiful cars out here. We just want to represent always. Show what's up, show the fucking neighborhood what's up, and show them that we're all fucking full of love and joy. We're all have a good time, and I hope that you guys do too, man. The cars are fucking beautiful, they're classic, and they got style, homie. That's all. Peace.
Take it out of my phone. Front seat, like had a bench like that, the 68, but I got this it's called a strato seat. Basically, it looks like it's a bench seat with an armrest in the middle. So, but it's a split. So, yeah, they came in the 68 and 67. So I'm gonna put that in it, and then I'm gonna put the back seat. You probably have the speaker in your back seat.
Yeah, in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, so that one, that 68 didn't come with that, but some of them did.
Yeah.
But I just want to make it different, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So I need to find the back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got it. The back seat's fine. It just needs to be redone, but I want to put that speaker back seat in.
Yeah, with that nice
that
piece in the back.
That and the different front seat, it will make it like a little more
different. You know,
yeah, exactly. I don't want it to be all just standard.
Yeah, this one.
That thing's fucking ridiculous.
This one, I have a 59 rag top that's getting done too.
Yeah.
By the same guy, yeah. So that should be done in about 2 years, maybe, give or take.
That thing's sick, dude. What do you think it's worth? 100?
What, the 59?
That one.
Oh, this one, no, maybe like 70.
70.
Yeah, 70,000.
Underneath my garage.
We ain't waiting.
Play you something.
Okay, everyone got to talk at one time. The class text goes out.
Damn. Well, I had a short ass haircut.
And I'll tell you right now, me personally, I'm not having a fucking good time. Council generally meets a week before church just so that we can put the agenda together so that we have something structured.
The class text goes out. Some people want an answer right away, but not everyone's looking at their phones and people are doing whatever. You know, it might take 24 hours to have the majority of people respond to it.
And that's reality. That's you're dealing with a bunch of people that have different things going on.
I think just overall, we're just going to try to be more transparent.
I think that we all need to be a group. We need to move as a group.
This is a fucking car club that's supposed to be fucking fun. Yeah. Everybody getting all fucking heated and upset and all this fucking shit, dude. We're supposed to be having a fucking good time. And I'll tell you right now, me personally, I'm not having a fucking good time.
This meeting should be to kill all the fucking negativity and all the little fucking bullshit.
That's why everybody has an issue right now with me. Either you tell me or you shut the fuck up, stop talking behind my back.
It's not yours, it's ours.
And I agree with that.
Right.
But understand this, it's still the club.
It's
still
our
the
club.
club that's
Listen, dude, we're getting off the fucking path here, bro. Listen.
One more thing I got to say.
This club, to me, was a bunch of cool motherfuckers from our neighborhoods that had some badass cars. And I'm proud to be from this club.
Yeah.
You know, and when people are fucking fighting and not getting along over stupid fucking shit, it's not what I joined this club to be in.
Just like what Red said, I'll walk from this shit, dude, because I represent Venice. This is my fucking home. Born and raised like a motherfucker. I wasn't born in fucking Temecula or wherever else, Santa Monica fucking hospital. And I've bled on these fucking streets. And if I could be part of a fucking club like that Jose started, I'm honored. But I'll walk, and I'll still be from Venice, and I'll still show up at every motherfucking thing, and everyone kiss my fucking ass.
I went in there angry and I got my emotions. My emotions took the best out of me that day. And I shouldn't have done that. You know, like I said, there was a time where it was just my wife and I. And if it wasn't for her, the club wouldn't have been around. I almost threw in the towel. No, it is. It's a thin line of saying our club and my club. There is really, and I hate it. I was just trying to make sense to let everybody understand that it's our club, but I've gone through it for over 24 years already, and nobody was there. Nobody that's there now was there then.
Yeah, but you got to look at it as this is something new. You're
like I
halfway in
said,
the past and halfway in the present. Yeah.
No, and like I said, that day I went in there with my emotions in my sleeve, and it took the best out of me because I was upset about that. I was, but we handled. You know, I could have handled it better, yes, and I should have. Nobody's perfect, and if you are, please give me that recipe because I would like to find out. But no one's perfect. I know I'm not. I went in there, like I said, with my emotions that took the best out of me, and yeah. But at the end of it, I shook hands with everybody, hugged it all out, and we went forward with it.
My response to Isaac is tenfold with the cabinet. You know, we're just not even as transparent as we'd like to be. You know, we get into these meetings, we don't meet every day. This is not a job. We need to be a little bit more clear about the communication we give amongst ourselves so that we can be better about the club members' information. So yeah, to answer your question, I'm not happy. I think we could be way, way better.
But you're working towards it.
I am working towards it with everyone in the cabinet. And there's a lot of ego there, you know, and I have an ego too, you know, and I'm insecure and I have a lot of things I'm dealing with. But I know it all starts with communicating better. And that's where, when we start doing more of that and start, you know, bearing the hatchet with whatever issues people have, we can get on to the fun stuff, the big planning, you know. And I'm excited about that. And that's what kind of keeps me going.
What's funny is the anniversary date passed last week, and there was not one word of anything.
Well, also,
And we were at a car show the day of the anniversary show, and only 4 of us were there. There are things I can't get involved in because I agree when certain members call out certain people for certain things. Things need to be dealt with and put to an end. But we've been having certain issues with certain members for, I feel like, the last year. It's just a, you know, a recurrence. It's nothing. It's been worked out. It's the same stuff. We keep dusting under the rug, but it's still it's still a problem.
Yeah, there was a lot of texting going on, and it's hard to relay how someone's feeling through, you know, social media or text or whatever it is. So I just felt like, you know, I was hearing both sides of the story, and I understood why both sides were upset about things, and I just thought it was time that, hey, if you got a problem with somebody, go eye to eye with them, you know, and just say, what's up? You're upset with me? What did I do? You know what I mean? And if you're mad, let's just fucking handle this thing right now, you know? That's not why we're doing this. We're doing this because we want to have a good time together. You know what I mean? And we want to show other people that are in the neighborhood that these motherfuckers have a great time. Every time I see them, they're laughing and fucking having fun and driving their cars around. I want to hang out with these guys, you know, and then we can put on events where people are like, dude, you know what? Let's go over there and hang out with the Devils because they're cool. But when you're, you know, weeks and weeks go by, little things come up because it's whatever, social media, bro. You're not talking one-on-one. I am, because yeah, I put my reputation on the line. You know, I'm rocking Devils wherever I go. I got a plaque on my car. You know, you've probably seen it, the inside of my door has Dogtown Devils on it. And I am from Dogtown. I'm second generation Red Dog Jr. So it means I got a lot of pride in this neighborhood.
Dissolving the council, it's not possible. First of all, at this point, we're incorporated. We're a nonprofit social club, and in having a corporate structure like that, as far as Uncle Sam is concerned, and the way that needs to function, there need to be officers. And I mean, at the base level, there's that. Aside from that, if you take away the ability to keep things organized and you take away the ability to kind of weed out all of the little shit and only bring the big shit to the table, then, you know, every church is going to be 5 hours long. Everybody's going to be squabbling over these little unnecessary details about, you know, minutia that doesn't really matter. And not only that, how would you figure out what to talk about? Who's in charge of the money? You know, who keeps things on track to make sure that we're moving forward and we're not just stalemating, dealing with bullshit that doesn't matter? You know, you need to have some sort of inner structure. I think that we didn't realize that it was happening. I think that, you know, the issue was that we felt like we had become a self-sufficient mechanism and that we were doing the right thing, and we didn't realize that other people in the club were feeling a type of way about it, that they felt like they were being left out of the conversation. You know, I understand after that conversation and after having other conversations with other members about how they felt, I totally, you know, recognize that in retrospect. But at the time, I don't think that we even noticed that it was happening. We felt like we were kind of moving on as an oiled machine, and we were just making decisions and churning shit out, especially with everything that was going on. You know, we had a lot of stuff that we needed to address over the last year, and particularly with the car show looming and all of that kind of shit.
Didn't realize I got a little heated. I'm 30 years clean and sober. I've changed a lot over the years, and I'm also a Gemini, and I'm also, you know, educated as a psychologist. But you can't ever take the hood out of the boy, you know, And so sometimes when I do get a little excited about things, you know, and then I don't have a problem saying, hey, Anthony, you did me wrong on this, or what's going on. I don't have a problem talking to somebody directly, but some people do. Or some people will go and talk to another person about an issue that they're having instead of dealing with it directly. And I think during that moment, that was me just telling, you know, the club itself that, you know, let's get real here, because, you know, I don't let anything determine, you know, my life and I'll say it till now, whether it's, you know, the club or anything else. The things that mean the world to me is my family. I take a lot of pride in Venice, but, you know, when there's little bits of bickering going on and nobody's man enough to just call someone directly and say, hey, dude, what's going on? That bothered me. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, totally. And you know what it is? It's the joy I get out of hanging out with the guys.
I didn't join anybody's club. I joined our club. I joined a new fucking club. I didn't join the one that you started 20 fucking years ago. I didn't join the one that fucking so-and-so was a part of because I wanted to hang out with him. I joined it because I have pride for my fucking city. I have pride for what I do. Me and my lady are fucking, we feel strongly about, you know, what we do, and to be a part of a group. I personally, I don't roll with fucking chumps. I don't roll with suckers. I've never been like one of these fake ass fools that try to fit in with people. It's just not my thing. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fucking solid people in the group, and then there's people in the group also that, you know, sometimes think differently, and that's okay. I get it. You know, with the whole issue with me and Jose that day, he was, you know, saying my this, my that. None of it is anybody's in particular. We started a new fucking club, and that's that. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's the way it is. Yeah, I'm not with that.
So do you think if he would have said,
Hour? Yeah, that's a big difference, but that just goes to show where his head is at and how he will continue to believe it's his. And I get it. He may have started it, and we kept that name Devils. If we would have changed the name Devils underneath the Dogtown, it would have no longer been, you know, his baby.
And that's what you said. You said out of respect.
Yeah.
You guys kept the Devils.
Yeah.
This is Dogtown.
This is a new club. We redirected it to a different fucking a different club. It's no longer just Venice and his club, and I get it. You know, like he definitely is. You know, he should be proud of it being, you know, a new club too. For me, it felt like it was more like, you know, well, I don't roll like that. It's ours.
Everybody was super gung-ho in the beginning. We went out, we put a lot of effort into, you know, putting the map together, you know, having everybody park on the grass and doing all that kind of stuff. And we had a pretty gnarly show on our hands, 350 cars. You know, when the city shut that down, I think, you know, it's like somebody taking a dump in your cereal. And so for me personally, it didn't really faze me. I was like, okay, whatever, fuck it, where can we put cars? Let's regroup. Let's see what we can do here. And, you know, let's move forward. And we went down there, but I always had it in my head. I always had that 200 car number in my head. If we couldn't hit 200 cars, this isn't gonna happen. That's not a car show.
What's going on? We got 3 weeks of the big show. We're meeting now, we're finalizing, we're drilling down, trying to organize, getting some captains, getting everybody on the same page about the layout, the morning, the day of. It's a pretty big endeavor. You can see right now they're having some other thing going on this weekend, but we're making sure our guys understand what's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen. Just try to problem solve before it becomes a problem. I think the big part of the work will be in the morning. We'll have a handful of volunteers, and we just gotta make sure our guys are ready, awake, and prepared for just whatever might happen. You know, scheduling's always hard. It doesn't work for us to always be barking, saying what's mandatory, what's not mandatory. Everyone who wants to get involved, who wants their say, who wants to be a part of making this a success, are making the time to do so. And I believe that if they're not here, that's just because they couldn't make it. Jeremy's got this, you know, and he's got a lot of questions to answer, and actually he has the answers. And so I lean on him for all of this stuff. I just make sure that whatever support he needs on my end financially, I run it through the right channels to make sure he's covered. You know, like something as simple as like we got to rent walkie-talkie. We have to have a checkbook. I don't have a checkbook for the club. We have an account. So now I had to go like to the bank, make sure like, we have an actual physical check. I got to order those things, like it's my account. So these are the things I let him know, like this is what we need to get this part done, then this is my job, and I got the checkbooks coming, and we'll be able to write a check. It can't be a personal check. It's got to be from the club.
The entire show needs to load from the back to the front.
Yeah.
And when we go to leave, it unloads from the front all the way to the back. Load out's going to be a whole hell of a lot easier than load in.
Okay,
that's for
hold
sure.
on. So, what does that mean?
The
Load
ones
in.
in the back are gonna load in first. That's us. The ones that are in front of us would be the
But
next.
I know, but what I'm saying, but it's not. So, like people are going to come in at different times.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Look, here's
We're
how this is
making
going to
it-
go.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, that's what I meant. I don't know.
Let's
You guys smoked in today or
let's
what?
call
I was
this
on his shit.
let's call this the fucking VIP section.
Okay.
Right?
Guys, can we
It's
speak
gonna
one
be
person at a time?
it's gonna be us, Genocide, West Side. We're and our VIP cars who are gonna be parked in the very front, which we're calling the circle, right? We're all gonna meet at Gold's Gym at 5:45. We're leaving there hard 6:15.
So
We're
that's
rolling
us.
out.
So
that's
that's
us,
us, perfect.
G side, us,
But
G
the rest of
side,
the
West
cars will
side.
park wherever they park.
All the rest of the cars are parking on the other side of the windward circle.
Hopefully they come in together. If they have a group of cars, hopefully they come in as a group. Right?
Hold the fuck on, bro. I'm getting there. Chill. You don't think I got all this shit planned out, dude?
Yeah, I mean, I woke up like super early and dark and walked down there and got there at pitch black. I was like the first one there. I was like all amped to do it. And I was already like completely wired on coffee before the sun even came up. And that was it, just waiting for everyone to show up. And it was pretty cool that they pulled it off. I also dug the fact that all week it had been pretty overcast, which isn't that bad for shooting. You know, the bright overcast is great, but it cleared up and it was a really beautiful morning. And it just like happened to work out that way. And the aesthetic was really cool. For that, it was, honestly, I didn't have one. I just was like, cool, man, we're going to do the Hail Mary. And it's just going to be like, you know, just, you know, shoot and hope for the best, honestly. That's how I usually shoot. It's really rare that I have an expectation for something. I'll usually look at the glass more half empty and be like, I'll be stoked if a quarter of this roll comes out. And then if the whole roll comes out, I'm like even that much happier. So I did a roll and a half of film and I shot photos on my iPhone for the just in case. You know what I mean? I had my digital Nikon, but honestly, it's an old one and my phone takes better pictures. Oh, no, yeah, no, I mean, that's a first. I mean, I've taken photos of like car clubs, like, you know, down at the Station 26 or car clubs doing cruises and having parties, but I never did like the Venice Pier. And I know that they were the first car club to technically ever shoot at the Venice Pier. So it's always cool to know that you're like a part of something that happened first in history, So, I mean, in my folder at home, like, on the physical photos and in, my hard drives and all that, it's saved as like first photo shoot, for a car club at the Venice Pier, Dogtown Devils with the date, No, not until they got the okay to do it. And even that, it was sort of like I got told in advance and I followed up on it. And I was like, hey, I haven't heard you guys from a minute. Is this happening? Because it's in my calendar. And they were like, oh, yeah, we're just waiting for it to clear. And then it got cleared. And they're like, yo, dude, like, can we do this in 2 days? And so, yeah, man. We did it very on the fly, but like legally, it was just on the fly because everything was last second, which seems to be the case a lot of times when you're trying to get permits and, times and stuff like that. But the whole photo shoot was on the fly, like going back to like, was there anything in my head? Like I said, I don't shoot that way. It's just like on the fly, man. Like, let's just do it and hope for the best. Knowing that it wasn't going to be overcast, we had the perfect sun. And I was like, all right, we have it was like, what, 6 to 8? Yeah. We had it like perfect for the sun up thing. It was great. You know what I mean? And I was able to like take photos. I was worried at first that it was going to be too dark. And it ended up not being that at all. And the light ended up being like almost perfect. I love shooting black and white. I don't use a flash. I literally do not. I refuse to use a flash. And I make myself have to use the natural light. Yeah, I mean, shoot, that's like, seems like it's going to be a pretty cool thing. It's like going to be a cool event at the breakwater that the city is going to condone. And it's our friends putting it on, a cool, cool cars and music, and it should. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't hate on that. That's a cool, good time.
Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna have cars away from Pacific, to not cause traffic jam on Pacific.
We have to kind of get an understanding on once the cars are in position. We don't want the cars. I mean, particularly cars with the hydraulics, the balancing, and all that. We don't want that because it's still moving.
It says no play music, no hopping. Cars are just being turned off.
Yeah, and the main thing for us is just the movement of the cars, vehicles where they have hydraulics on them that can tilt them and bounce them and all that. You can't do it. I mean, somebody has a kid here, and you lose sight of them. Anything can happen.
I agree.
That's the movement of the vehicle. So it's violence from it, and we don't want to do that.
We don't, in a lot of the shows that have the cars that do that, there's usually a competition or things like that. We're not doing that this year.
Pretty good.
No hopping.
Hey man, hey, I've done plenty of car shows, and I'm like, hey man, we can't do it. And we get into it, and I was like, okay, gotta cut it, man.
I'm not trying to do all that.
Where will we
got
put
enough to worry about? The DJ for the north side.
On the
Back at the canvas. I think maybe further north because how close is. They're gonna be on the green right here.
Something like that, however you want to do it. It just depends on how many cars we have to go there. Like Tito told me that you sold 2 your cars, but we'll see what I do. So it's an ideal for somebody who's going to be like a regular participant. All right, so we're down here. This is basically our last chance to walk the site, have a meeting, let everybody know how the show's going to function. Namely, we're worried about load-in. Lining people up and getting them in the show, getting them parked. We got here this morning. We had a little speed bump, I guess you could say. They chopped up all the cement. This was supposed to be one of our entrances over here, and they chopped up all the cement. That's undrivable piece of land now. So the good thing is that I think we can fit a couple more cars over there. If you were here for the war show, it's the same shit, except we're not going to be able to be on the grass.
From corner to corner, right?
Pretty much from corner to corner. We'll put our tent up right there. Anthony's going to have a tent that's going to be right around there.
And then our trophy tent and where we're going to be selling our merch is basically right here. Front and center, middle of the show. And that way people can come get their gift bags, you know, redeem their t-shirts, all of that kind of stuff. If you got a piece of paper, that has your rolls on it.
You know, see that skin on his eyes and the yellow eyes? I like his eyes like this.
Benji.
Right there.
All right,
let's get this together, guys.
I got
parking?
All right, what's right here? I'm with you.
Right,
Traffic director.
Oh, I'm not parking.
Anytime you guys are
Hey,
ready.
let's get going.
Fucking hungover and I'm tired and I want to go home. Then do the handball courts, and then I would continue here. But what I would do is I would stagger. I would go this guy, then this guy, then this guy, then this guy, and do it like that.
That would be hella difficult.
Well, not really, because they're coming in from here.
Either way, it's going to be something that we're going to figure out as it goes. I don't think any option that we have is going to
Like I said, I don't have all the answers. I just can make a suggestion, and people are going to do what they're going to do.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, the purple guy.
Right.
I think I take a bug shot, man. Gotta take a bug shot one of these days. I haven't got a bug shot yet.
Dude, it's gonna be sick over there on that side. Yeah. Fucking badass. The handball course. Whoever gets that stall, those stalls are gonna be iconic.
Oh, right there.
Iconic, bro.
On a boardwalk. Oh.
Yeah, dude, with the palm trees in the background, you're gonna be so stoked. That's like VIP right there. That's the spot you want.
Yeah.
Rolled down there at 6 in the morning, and the brother Deacon was there. He was the only car, and Bagel was there shooting him. Bagel wanted the first shot of the day with the first car down there. His ass was down there, and he got that shot. And then we pull up, and then a couple other brothers pull up. But yeah, man, we started the day. The cars started coming in.
The only bummer about film is wasted a frame. Yeah, this guy's gotta go back. Yo, guys, we gotta line up these guys. Jason's saying that they go back to run.
Hey, get it back!
Whoa, man!
My responsibility was basically checking in people at the front when people lined up off of Windward. Me, my girl Laura, Diana, and Natasha were in charge of basically checking in people, making sure they got their ticket, giving them their ticket, having them post their ticket, and then them meeting up with the next step, which would have been like down on what is that, Market, 18th and Market. That was the next section. But basically our job in my eyes was pretty simple, but there was a little issue with the Eventbrite and how you check people in. It didn't really correlate to what our system was and what we thought it would be. But did it affect it really? Not really. I mean, I had 3 women helping me that were on top of it, so they definitely helped out a lot, and that worked out okay.
Oh yeah, I love that parking experience. You know, I mean, I felt bad if I was yelling at people, but you know, I like to kind of, you know, like I see an idea and and I enjoyed it. You know, I enjoyed doing it. You know, at least I thought I did. I think I did.
It was a really, really, really great day. It went so fast. It was a blur for me. I got to meet and greet people coming in with these legendary cars from all over Southern California. I mean, it was amazing. I was in awe the whole time. I got to shake people's hand and say good morning to everyone, and you're gonna enjoy yourself. I know it's a little bit backed up right now, but once you're parked, you're at the beach, the sun's out, the waves are good. There's girls all over the boardwalk. You know, you could barbecue, hang out, have some drinks, and enjoy yourself. But the day was just special, you know. I had some people that are way up in the car community come up to me and just say, "Hey, Red, this is a special day. You guys did a really amazing job. I'm seeing people I haven't seen in 20 years. You know, it's not just the four corners of West LA, Santa Monica, Venice, Culver City here. It's all of Southern California showed up. So, yeah, I think we did a legendary job.
Doing a great job. Everybody
Doing a
today,
great
dude.
job, bro. It's all gonna work out.
All right, so we might have fucking open spaces, but we have to wait until 9 o'clock to know.
I told
He
him
can
to hang
chill,
out for a second
and if
because
he
he's
wants to
got
give
a
us
sick car,
if he
bro.
wants to give us fucking $40,
Yeah,
we'll roll
exactly.
him in if we have room for him. It's
Exactly.
looking like I think we have cancellations and shit. People
And
didn't fucking
there's
show
8
up.
spots in the handball court, so I got little man right here. I'll tell him to come through.
No, wait.
Not
wait,
yet,
wait,
not
wait,
yet.
wait.
I'll tell him not yet.
Wait. So we have to wait until 9 o'clock.
Okay, what time we got right now? It's 8 o'clock now, so.
So let's wait until 9
Yeah,
o'clock.
there he is, the legend itself. Yes, how you doing?
I decided to bring my bicycle so I could direct some traffic down, 17th. I actually had a blast, and leading up to it, I can't like thank enough of Jeremy, who was instrumental in all the organization and stuff. I mean, the day for me was great. A few days before was hectic. I took all the cardboard from my jobs from the boxes and cut them all up so that we could put them underneath the cars and protect the basketball courts. So I was running around passing those out.
So far, we're doing pretty good. There were some hiccups in the morning, but we were able to push through. Now we're just trying to get the last of it in and hope to have a good time. Yeah, we don't want nobody. Sorry. Listen, right there, please. A little more. Get out a little bit kind of this way.
There's the Dogtown Easy Up. It's right there. It's supposed to go right there on the grass, but I gotta wait till everybody gets over here to help out. I'm still trying to get all this shit situated. But yeah, so we'll get it situated.
I hate mornings. The rolling could have been better. Everybody wanted to pay. Everybody was trying to be in everyone else's business and not doing what they're supposed to be doing, but it worked out.
And asking permission of our Father Sky, Father Sun, Mother Earth, and the four winds for permission to be out here and to bless you guys with our prayers. Hello.
is gone. There's nothing wrong with John living. His life on the run. He's running now without giving. But Ray lived angry. That's how it goes. Swinging millions into millions. Now he's robbing foes. Rock gangster. Rock gangster. It's time I see his face. You don't want him around. Sick and back, his bullshit waits. Your head points to the ground. Both Ray lived angry. That's how it goes. Slanging pennies into millions. Now he's rubbing clothes. Punk rock gangster. Punk rock gangster.
I thought it was, I mean, I don't know if you went to the war show.
No, we didn't.
But that was a history of a day, just having war down there. I think there was only 50 cars. This show, I believe we were supposed to only have like 210 cars that actually registered, and we ended up having like over 270 cars in that area. And I thought it was amazing.
That was pretty awesome. It was a perfect storm. Concept was beautiful. We had the tourists come through. It was on the ocean breeze. And we just got a lot of comments about it, how great it was.
Just putting in my all in as far as my experience and just trying to help out and make sure it was, one of the best shows that, California has seen. So yeah, I was all over, I was walking around a lot, but at the same time I was trying to document and take video of stuff. So I have my little camera and I was going around, taking video and photos of the event, but at the same time making sure I was checking in with everyone and that they were doing okay, getting feedback from people. A lot of the feedback was that, it was one of the greatest shows they've been to.
The day, all right, cool, because I was thinking just one word. One word, historic, dude, to be real with you. But then once we locked in, man, it was smooth sailing after that. And then it was kind of cool because, like, again, just the family vibe. I've seen, all the locals were appreciating it, and what I mean by that is like people that don't got cars, because I go over there 4 times a week on the beach, and there's a lot of people that were kind of like, oh, these guys are going to take over the courts for a bit. Like, what's that going to be like? So it's like, we're kind of like, we took over for a day and kind of switched things up. But once they saw what we were actually doing, how positive it was and what a big impact it was doing for the community, they were all about it, man. It was all kind of support. They were just like, when's it gonna happen again? You guys gotta do this over and over again. You guys are bringing the Venice vibes back to how it used to be. Like, it was cool. Like, everybody from new heads that, it's the newer generation coming up all the way through the OGs, like people that I grew up respecting and all that. Everybody was coming up to us kind of just like shaking hands, hugging it out, showing us much love for it.
Man, it was just crazy to see what it was back in the days, like the wall ramps and when I used to work for Dogtown, and to see all that gone, all the pavilion gone in a car show there, it was just fucking amazing, man. Like, to see that shit, and once everything went through there, it was fucking smooth as ice. Everything was running, people were moving, girls in bikinis, people skating. It was just like, cars hopping. We had the basketball courts, the handball courts, the skate park area. And, I was very surprised that there wasn't any major problems. But what I do know that I saw was everybody was happy, man. Everyone was amazed at what went on. I was amazed with my brothers, how, how the ones that were there that were busting their ass, like, they were hustling, man, and it wasn't an easy feat, And I painted all the statues for the awards, which over a period of 4 months I would do one here and there, and they were all Virgin Mary statues and for each category. And once I put them out, there was one statue for best participation. It was a smaller one. I did it towards the end. And this guy came up and he's like, oh man, that's really cool. And he went to just kind of point at it, but I thought he was gonna touch it. And I hit the table and the participation trophy fell off and broke on the ground. And that was the smallest one. It was the last one. I was gonna give it to one of a club member who was participated the most. But all in all, as far as, throughout the day, people, just different waves of people started coming in, and then we started judging the contest.
Okay, también dice el club al que pertenece.
So you want to go this way or you want to go here? Something wrong here. Yeah. The inside's gone. The trunk. Huh? Yeah, I think so. Robert, Hey, whose car is this? You got no paperwork on it, home? No, no bad. 7. Right.
You're not afraid. He's gonna fly. But when he fly, don't move. If you hear these people start making noise, don't move.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, from all the my club brothers. We thank you for being here. If it wasn't for all you guys being here, the car show would never happen.
We had a running joke, no one got shot, no one got stabbed. So it was a success. I kind of like to set the bar a little higher than that. One little hiccup that, we're going to fix, I think there was too many people on bikes. One of the cars got hit. That sucked. We dealt with it. We made changes. We adapted. We rolled out. We didn't complain. We just solved the problem. And that's what we needed that day.
It was hard to be Jose at the car show. It was. Because it was work mode. If you want to throw a car show, don't think that it's just going to be kicking back, seeing the cars all day and trying to pick up on girls. Nah. Throwing a car show, you got to put in work.
Being on the boardwalk with tourists and all the local attractions, it went down without any serious problems. Me and you grew up skating the pavilion, and on a weekend during the summer, there would be the SWAT team with SUVs, and it was nice. It actually went down really well. A lot of the local community guys, all their cars, all the different car clubs, from West Side Classics, the Venetians, Classic Lowrider, our boys out of Genocide, our boys from the Sentinels that came all the way out from Victorsville, all the high desert area. I gotta give thanks to everybody that came out, supported.
It was like getting married. You put all this planning and effort into it and all of this shit, and then you get there, and then the next thing you know, you're like having a beer afterwards, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? But everybody that was there was having a blast, and that's what was important.
Well, so my take on that is, as our club is growing, our club is evolving, and I think with growth and change, there's always going to be a level of uncomfort, and I guess you could call it tension. So it's like growing pains, and I see it as something temporary, and I'm hoping that we'll rise out of this growth, is that we kind of get to the next level. I mean, I think with the things that we've done, with part of it being the Venice Classic, like we're just kind of elevating, and there's a lot of passionate people in the club, which I admire, and there's a lot of leaders, there's a lot of people who are doers and go-getters. So I guess my take on that is that things, and just like in a family and just like with a brother and sisterhood, it's like you're gonna have tension, but at the end of the day, I think we all care about each other, we love each other, and we want what's best for us and for the club.
Personally, I think we could be way bigger, way better. We could be way smoother. And the only saving grace is even the members who are button heads here and there, who don't get along all the time. I know that underlining all of it, they still love each other. There's a lot of like heart there, and I got to get some of that out so that the rest of the guys can see how well we can function when we're just having a good time and making fun decisions on the future of the club.
I hope it'll be even grander than it is now. And I hope that everybody sticks together and they understand it's only for the benefit of the club. It's nothing personal. It's you have to understand that there's 21 guys and gals in this club that all have an opinion, and you have to understand that the council has to control that opinion with the club. And I just don't think that a lot of people will ever understand that.
I feel it can only get better after a year's time, but it takes us, obviously the club members, to keep it going and want to keep it going. And without that, it's not going to go anywhere. So that's something that we have to really think about, how much more effort and time that we want to put in to this club. But so far, I've been in it now for a year and I have no regrets.
We need to figure things out. We did double in size in 1 year. We've stayed so busy every month for the last year. Grand National Roadster Show, Genocide's Pink Motel, Ventura Nationals, every local show, and then our own event. We're definitely prideful. We're all prideful where we came from, Venice and Santa Monica, and taking on the Dogtown. So I'd say prideful.
I'd say we're pretty much on the road to doing more events, and doing more parties. And if somebody needs us to come to, they need some classic cars at their event, we're going to be there for them. So I do think that the club, as far as getting cars together and organizing things, I think this year is going to be taken off for us.
I think that we can become a much more oiled machine. I think we learned a lot of lessons this year, not just in putting together a car show, doing a documentary, doing a cruise, all of that kind of stuff. I think that just in being a club and learning people's personalities, learning what works and what doesn't work, learning what the function of the council will be and should be. I think all of those things are important lessons that we learned, and moving forward we'll be able to just kind of tighten it down a little bit more and tighten it down a little bit more, and by next year I think we should be in a pretty good spot.
I'm happy with the club, definitely. I mean, no matter what happens, I'm still gonna do my thing. Like none of these fucking issues in life are gonna affect me. Like, yeah, of course I could have my feelings hurt for a second, be irritated, but none of that shit's gonna make or break my fucking day. That's for damn sure. Like, if I don't feel a certain way towards people, guess what? Either we're gonna have to work it out, or they're just gonna have to continue going about their way, and I'm just not gonna be involved with that person, and that's okay. I do, but there's room for improvement, like I said, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. Like if somebody's gonna come up here and be interviewed by you and tell you anything different, they're full of shit, in my eyes. And that's just, everybody has a different way they look at things, and I'm always willing to make things work, but I'm also not gonna change my character and who I am to make you happy. So, but I'm willing to work on it.
Where I would like to see it is a bunch more members, much less politics, and much less so-and-so's right, so-and-so's wrong. The clicking is always going to happen. That's the dynamic of life. There's always going to be subsets within a group that you get along with so-and-so better, whatever. But I would like to see the club, totally united and having fun and going to killer events.
In a year, probably bigger, or maybe the same. It's hard to say. We go to, like, a couple of weekends back, some of the guys went to the Santa Monica Pier, and I went to the Oakwood, and some of us went to the Oakwood Park in Venice. So we were in 2 different car shows at the same time. And when you do that, you see people, and they want to meet you, and they have cars. And it's like I said, the car is one of the things that brings people together. And when they start getting to know you, then they want to see if they want to be able to be part of that family.